Hi guys, let's learn together about Hadal Zone. The Hadal Zone is the deep ocean with depth exceeding 6,000 meters, with an area approximately equal to the size of Australia, but constituting the deepest 45% of the vertical depth of the global ocean. It should come as no surprise that the Hadal Zone is the last greater frontier of the ocean science. And yet, despite the darkness, pressure, and cold, we find that ocean trenches are nevertheless teeming with life. Very strange, baffling, and sometimes scary, but life nonetheless. Okay guys, are you ready? Let's get started. So, before we start, I already found 5 animals from the Hadal Zone, which is first, grenadier, the most abundant deep sea fish. Second, snailfish, the Hadal Zone dominant vertebrate. Third, abyssal catskill, the deepest fish ever. Fourth, deep sea prawns, the invertebrate animals. And last but not least, giant amphipod, also the invertebrate animals. Let's take a look at the first fish, which is grenadiers, the most abundant deep sea fish. So, the scientific name of this fish is Macroronus novaezelandiae. A grenadier from the genus Coryphaenoids and family Macroridae, one of the only genera of grenadier with hadal-pelagic members. Grenadiers, sometimes known as rattails, are a group of marine fish from the family Macroridae that inhabit the deep sea from 200 meters to 7,000 meters. As a whole, grenadiers may represent up to 15% of deep sea fish, which is fish that live below 200 meters. Additional information, hadal grenadier also tend to be generalized benthic, which is bottom feeders that eat a variety of crustacean and amphipod prey. As such, they are particularly attracted to hydrothermal vents and hydrocarbon-rich coal seeps. These features are prominent in oceanic trenches due to the subduction and volcanic activity occurring in them. And then, though light is absent in the Hadal Zone, grenadier species that live here have evolved other means of sensing their environment. All fish have a special sensory organ called a lateral line that sense movement and vibration in the surrounding water. In grenadier, this organ is especially well developed to compensate for the lack of vision. The second animal, snailfish, the Hadal Zone's dominant vertebrate. The scientific name of this fish is Pseudoliparis suirae. In fact, this deep-sea snailfish may hold the record for the deepest dwelling vertebrates. Snailfish belong to the family Liparidae, a group that contains over 400 species yet remains poorly known to science. They are characterized by tadpole-like bodies and transparent, gooey skin that give them a rather ghastly appearance. Wow, that is so interesting. There we go, another additional information about snailfish. You can find snailfish anywhere from the intertidal zones, only a few meters deep, all the way down into the Mariana Trench, over 8,000 meters deep. No other family of marine fish has a depth range this extreme. Though the Mariana snailfish only grows to about 30 cm long, it is the top benthic, which is bottom-dwelling predator in the trench, feeding on small crustaceans that inhabit the seafloor. Third animals that live in the Hadal Zone, which is abyssal catskill, the deepest fish ever. As we can see from the photos, it is so small and transparent. So, the scientific name of the abyssal catskill is Abyssobertula callatae. So, catskill is a bottom-feeding marine fish family which is Ophidiidae with gooey skin. Despite the name, catskills are actually more closely related to tuna than they are to true eels. Look at this catskill. So nice. Another additional information about the abyssal catskill. From my research, The abyssal chasquille may hold the record for the deepest fish ever caught. I searched this on the internet and found out a specimen was thrown out from a depth of 8,370 meters in the Puerto Rico Trench in 1970. However, the net that caught the specimen may not have been fully closed, so it is possible it was caught at a shallower depth. Though nowhere near as abundant as snailfish in the Hadal Zone, the chasquille is likewise adapted to the extreme depth of oceanic trenches. The gooey texture of chasquilles and snailfish comes from a gelatinous watery tissue beneath their skin. Combined with the absence of internal air spaces like a swim bladder, this gooey layer of tissue provides both structural protection against high hydrostatic pressure and some measure of buoyancy control. Okay, we move to the last second animals from the Hadal Zone that I found out, which is invertebrate animals from the Hadal Zone, deep sea prawns. The scientific name of this animal is Benthicymus crinatus. Look at that picture, it is so beautiful and looks like delicious. Additional for these animals, researchers have encountered the Benthicymus prawn, Benthicymus crinatus, up to 7,703 meters deep in various specific trenches. Benthicymus is a decapod, which is a crustacean order that includes shrimps, lobsters, crabs, and crayfish. Until researchers discovered Benthicymus in the Caribbean, Japan, and Mariana Trenches in 2009, decapods were thought to be absent from the Hadal Zone. Wow! As for invertebrates, scientists once thought the Hadal Zone was inhospitable to them as well. This does seem to be true for some invertebrate groups you will find elsewhere in the deep sea, such as cephalopods, which is squid and octopus. However, crustaceans have managed to scrape by on the Hadal Zone. Last but not least, the invertebrate animals from the Hadal Zone, which is giant amphipods. Look at that picture, it is so big. So the scientific name of the animals are Alicella gigantea. So the amphipods are a group of shrimp-like crustaceans, sometimes called insects of the sea. They are typically less than a centimeter long. However, the amphipods that live in the Hadal Zone are 20 times larger, up to 30 cm. It is so big. Additional for this animal, the immense hydrostatic pressure at Hadal depth would crush most amphipods to a pulp, but these strange giants do just fine. Exactly how the giant amphipods of this Hadal Zone survive the immense pressure is still unknown for the most part. So, because amphipods are detritivores, which is scavengers, they end up consuming a lot of sediment from the sea floor. H. gigas extract aluminium ions from the mineral-rich sediments of Challenger Deep through chemical reaction in its digestive system. Once exposed to the alkaline seawater in the deep trench, the aluminium ions chemically transform into the protective aluminium hydroxide gel. Interesting fact. I think that's all from me. Thank you. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy it.